After the first two episodes of Dispatch, AdHoc Studio's TV playable show already made one thing clear. Being a hero isn't about flashy armor or clever quips, it's about sacrifice. And that's exactly what Robertson, the once great Mecha Man, is now being forced to learn the hard way. In the first week, we watched Robert fall from grace, stripped of his powerful suit and demoted to a desk job at the superhero Dispatch network, and surrounded by a team of reluctant ego-driven heroes who barely tolerates him. And by the end of episode 2, he was bruised, humbled, and standing at the crossroads between redemption and total collapse. Now in episode 3 and 4, the story picks up momentum and the consequences start to bite. The day begins with Robert and his ever laid-back buddy, Royd. Scavenging what's left of the destroyed Mecha Man suit, they haul the battered armor back to SDN's facility, hoping to rebuild it piece by piece. Royd, always the comic relief, doesn't sugarcoat the truth. He tells Robert that his life has fallen apart and his home is empty, and he tells him his apartment gives him serial killer vibes. And while packing, Royd notices there is a piece missing from the suit. The Astral Pulse, a mysterious core that powers the Mecha Man armor. Robert claims that his father designed it and guarded the secrets closely, but Royd has his doubts. He recalls meeting Robert's dad years ago under less than heroic circumstances, hinting that the legendary Mecha Man might have not been the one who created the Astral Pulse after all. And this revelation lingers like smoke, suggesting that there is more to Robert's legacy than he ever realized. But before there is time to dig in deeper, Robert's new boss, Blonde Blazer, drops a bombshell, telling him that one of the members of the Z team is getting laid off by the end of the day, and whoever performs the worst is out. And upon breaking this news to his team, immediately panic sets in, and what began as a friendly competition turns into chaos. Pranks escalate into sabotage, and the once dysfunctional team becomes outright hostile. Robert now finds himself juggling a nightmare shift, deciding which heroes appear for which missions. Send two and they will likely stab each other in the back. Send one and the job might fail completely. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation. Robert, stuck between egos and emergencies, finally snaps. He calls the team together for a much-needed reality check, a moment which he shapes through dialogue. He chooses tough love and inspiration, and his message lands, telling them that being a hero isn't about power, it is about purpose. And for the first time, a few of the Z team start showing signs of actual growth. But the emotional core of this episode lies with Invisigal, still haunted by her past as a villain and sitting at the bottom of the performance chart. She is convinced that she is the next one on the chopping block, and when Robert finds her alone in a playground with a cigarette in hand, he gives her a quiet pep talk, one that carries both encouragement and undeniable chemistry. As fate would have it, the same Robert from episode 2, lightning struck, is at it again. Invisigal takes another shot at redemption, and this time with Robert's help through an intense hacking sequence, and the results? A flawless takedown. She earns the respect of her teammates and narrowly avoids being fired. Unfortunately, this means that the weight of choosing who gets fired falls squarely on Robert's shoulders. He has to decide who will be cut, Coupe or Sonar, a decision that will shape the story moving forward. He picks Sonar and Sonar storms out before threatening Robert, telling him to watch his back. Episode 4 wastes no time. It opens up with a provocative, very not suitable for work sequence that cements one thing. Dispatch isn't afraid to blend mature themes with its superhero drama. It is not just about saving the city anymore. It is about the messy human emotions beneath the mask. Robert begins the day facing the fallout from his earlier decisions to fire Sonar. The consequences ripple through the team. His respective allies turn against Robert, making an already tense workplace even more unbearable. The Z team is down one hero, and morale is at rock bottom. Meanwhile, Royd and Robert continue their work on rebuilding the Mecha Man suit with a few comedic mishaps along the way. But things take a more complicated turn when Invisigal shows up teasing Robert in a moment thick with flirtation. Seconds later, he stumbles into yet another compromising encounter with Blonde Blazer, fresh from her breakup with Mecha Man. LA's golden hero is officially single. When Blazer asks Robert to check on her ex, Robert finds Mecha Man in a pit of depression, barely resembling the shining icon he once was. There's a hunting detail here. Phenomenal Man insists twice that he is not really a person, only something that looks like one. It is a cryptic statement that hints at something deeper beneath the show's glossy surface. And back at HQ, the team is a mess. With one hero gone, missions pile up faster than they can handle. And to fill in the gap, Robert must choose between recruiting the emotionally broken Phenomenal Man or the inexperienced rookie, Waterboy. Neither choice is ideal. One is a powerhouse who has lost all motivation, while the other one is eager but utterly unprepared. Waterboy seems the obvious pick, but things quickly spiral again as some of the Z team refuse to cooperate, while others openly mock their new teammates, and Robert is left trying to keep everything from collapsing. As the day closes, Robert faces yet another defining choice, one that promises to change the entire direction of the story. Have a dinner date with Blonde Blazer, or go hang out with Invisigal, who has made all her feelings and intentions bare. Robert picks Blonde Blazer and Invisigal is emotionally crushed. The pop-up text says Invisigal will remember that, and this time, I actually believe that she will. Robert proceeds to meet Blonde Blazer for their date somewhere in the SDN building, where she reveals her true identity to Robert. But Robert is still starstruck and he proceeds to kiss her, and they have their dinner date. The episode fades out, but there is a hint of tension in the air, which tells me this is only the beginning. Episode 3 and 4 mark the moment Dispatch truly begins to flex its potential. The branching narrative starts to split meaningfully, with each of Robert's choices shaping both the emotional and structural dynamics of the story. Cutting Coupe off sooner isn't just about stats, it changes the chemistry of the team and how they respond to Robert moving forward. Coupe's dry, no-nonsense attitude and Sona's slimy charm are two halves of a chaotic whole, and losing either one reshapes the group's energy. More importantly, episode 4 highlights how Robert's choices now affects not just the dialogue, and now different scenes unfold depending on who is still on the roster, and the missions play out in unique ways. Yet, despite the branching, the writing cleverly guides every outcome back to a coherent narrative, giving Robert the illusion of total control, without breaking the story's emotional core. By the end of episode 3 and 4, Dispatch feels less like a superhero parody and more like a genuine exploration of flawed people trying to hold their lives together under the impossible pressure. Between romantic entanglements, moral dilemmas, and a mysterious supervillain network brewing in the background, it is clear this story is far from over. In the world of Dispatch, heroism isn't about capes or cosmic powers, it is about surviving your worst days and still choosing to show up. Please, if you enjoyed this video, kindly hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell icon so you can get notified when I upload new videos like this, as I am desperately trying to hit 1K subscribers by the end of this year. And until next time, peace and love.
Incredible.